Living in the proverbial concrete jungle of the city doesn't have to be more complicated than it already is, at least where personal mobility is concerned. For those who don't want or can't drive a car on a daily basis, and for whom public transport holds no appeal, there's always the option of cycling. Tenways is doing its best to make that last one downright irresistible. The e-bike bubble that started blowing up with the 2020 international health crisis, when the need to find alternatives for the daily commute became a most pressing issue, hasn't burst, regardless of what analysts were predicting last year. E-bikes are not going anywhere for the time being, and that's a good thing for both riders and bike makers. To be sure, the market is changing, as would be expected on any segment dealing with increased demand. Among these changes is the democratization of the e-bike, where prices become more affordable, suppliers more specialized, and the products themselves better. The CGO800S from Tenways is a good example of how the market is changing. The name might not be the most beautiful out there, but the bike itself sure is. The CGO800S is a step-through city e-bike designed as an elegant, smart, and super comfortable alternative to whatever else you're using on the daily commute, for leisure rides, and city adventures, but of the tamer kind. To boot, it's priced under $2,000 while packing higher-end components, and that's always a win in my book. The Tenways CGO800S is a relatively new addition to the company's lineup, though it's by no means the most recent. It was designed as an exclusive city bike, with higher-grade components and heightened attention to the design and the quality of the work, to deliver a commuter that's both reliable and comfortable. Despite the step-through frame, the bike looks and feel massive compared to other city e-bikes, until you hop on it for that first ride. The frame is aluminum alloy available in 4 super nice colors, with a Cell Royal Essenza saddle and an upright, totally relaxed riding stance. Power comes from a Mivis 250-watt rear hub motor with 40 Nm of torque, paired with a Mivis torque sensor, Mivis controller, and Gates carbon CDN belt drive for zero maintenance. The 36-volt, 10.4 amp-hour lithium-ion battery, integrated flush into the down tube but removable for charging, is good for an estimated 100 kilometers of range on a single charge. Maximum speed is electronically limited to 25 kilometers per hour for the EU and the UK, and 20 miles per hour for the US, as regulation on e-bikes here tends to be more lax. There is no torque or boost option or electronic unlocking of the motor. Features also include an SR Suntour suspension front fork, Tektro hydraulic brakes, standard front and rear lights, integrated turn signals in the tail light, a large color display integrated into the handlebar stem, fenders, and a rear rack. The e-bike connects to the Tenways app, which allows you, among other stuff, to cast GPS onto the display so you get live navigation without needing to use a phone mount for your phone. The display also offers a large menu that includes electronic locking of the bike, via PIN, stats regarding the trip and odo, and remaining charge. The cockpit is sleek but still packed with functionality, including buttons to switch through PAS or pedal assist levels on the left-hand side and buttons for the turn signals on the right. The CGO800S rides on massive 28-inch wheels with aluminum rims clad in CST puncture-proof 700-star 48-seat-size tires. The large wheels and the torque sensor, which delivers instant, seamless motor assistance, result in the smoothest, most enjoyable ride. But more on that later on. The bike ships almost entirely assembled, as most e-bikes do these days. You still have to put in the front wheel and make the necessary adjustments, but the best part is that Tenways assists you all the way, including a detailed manual with clear instructions, all the tools you'll need, and even a teeny-tiny hand pump in the box. At first sight, the Tenways CGO800S looks surprisingly big. It's not a trick of the eye either. The bike is tall and imposing, to the point where it might feel intimidating for a newbie or less experienced rider. In reality, though, once you get it out on the street for that first ride, it's neither big nor heavy. The bike weighs 19 kilograms without any accessories, and 23 kilograms with everything on, which isn't the lightest on the market but is actually light compared to similar step-through city e-bikes. In motion, the CGO800S is featherlight, thanks to the torque sensor, the silent motor, and those big wheels. With a cruiser-style riding position, it is by far the comfiest, chillest city e-bike that invites you to ride at leisure, to enjoy the view and the experience, while it's seamlessly backing your pedaling without taking over. If you're into speed, the CGO800S will either bore you or make you finally stop and smell the roses. The bike offers 5 levels of PAS, but it glides effortlessly in the lower 2, and that's excellent for saving battery life. Tenways says that it's designed for cycling lovers, in the sense that you can put in as much effort as you want, depending on the occasion or your mood. Indeed, you can still ride it without any motor assistance and it'll be a fairly pleasant ride on flat, even ground, but it being a single speed will make any kind of ascent a true challenge for your thighs. If you like to feel the burn, that's one way to get it. Speaking of feeling the burn, the same goes for any kind of steep ascent. The CGO800S will handle a slower climb decently, and you might not even have to reach PAS 5 to get to the top of the hill. But if you have to climb a steep hill, it's best if you have the legs for it because the motor simply doesn't have enough torque to take you to the top as easily, even in PAS 5. To their credit, under climbing ability, Tenways notes that the bike is suitable for flat roads. Tenways also puts a lot of emphasis on the central display and its many features, and with good reason. Integrated navigation is a bonus, as are the clear, detailed stats always available and visible. The integration of turning signals is yet another great addition, though I feel a bit more work is needed here. The turn signals are visible at night but hardly so during the day because they're integrated into the taillight and, as such, not as visible as they should be. You can't rely entirely on them at turns, in other words. Braking is excellent, and the suspension in the front adds has enough travel to make the ride even more comfortable. The saddle is a notch above what you will find on similarly priced bikes, so you get the plushiest, bounciest, nicest experience. Many other parts are a notch above mid-level e-bikes, and you can tell, or, better said, feel it as you ride. The CGO800S promises a silky smooth, super nice, and super comfortable experience, and it delivers on all these promises. When you're feeling overwhelmed by the wide array of options of e-bikes, it's best if you first consider your needs and match them against your budget. If you're looking for a daily commuter that delivers a smooth, effortless, and comfortable ride under $2,000, the Tenways CGO800S is a very good choice. And you'll be left with some cash to spare, since MSRP is £1,899. There is no such thing as the perfect e-bike in the most absolute sense, but there is a perfect e-bike for anyone out there. The city dweller looking for an alternative for the daily commute, the casual cyclist looking to explore the city, or even people with certain medical peculiarities have an option in the CGO800S. For under $2,000, this e-bike delivers quite a punch thanks to the silent motor, the torque sensor, the carbon drivetrain, and quality components that make it stand out from the crowd and enhance the riding experience. This e-bike is guaranteed to put the smile back on your face and the fun back in the daily commute. Even if you love e-bikes for their speed, the CGO800S might surprise you if you give it a chance.